Guys, this is another no AC. This customer literally just called me when I was on the way home, but in the summertime, you make yourself available for the customers that need you. But he said that the air blowing out was just warm, it wasn't cold. This is our first time here, and by the thermometer, blowing 85. I can tell that something is definitely out of whack. And it looks like this customer has an air handler. Let's take this filter out. Looks like this is a washable filter. And holy shit. Let's keep this out for now until we figure out what's up. And guys, some homes in Philly, you get lucky and it's a walkout basement. That's how you get to the condenser, but we gotta go outside. We gotta go back upstairs to go outside to get to the condenser. But yeah, my fan is running, and we gotta step over the litter box. Our fan is running, and another thing, inside, I never showed you guys this, but when we check inside on no AC calls, we make sure that the customer don't have any safeties that could trip the outside unit. Inside, meaning if you have any float switches or condensate pumps with safeties wired up to the unit, you want to check that first before you go outside. And guys, they have a condensate pump, but it's bone dry. And typically, if that condensate pump were to go bad, it'll be full of water. And with the safety wires hooked up, if that condensate pump fills up with water and it doesn't drain out, it turns off your AC unit. So, but guys, yeah, that's not the case. Let's go outside and let's see what's up. I'll see you in a little bit. All right, guys. I hear my window unit, but that's another property. But seems like our outside unit is not working. But let me clear some stuff out the alley, and let's see what's up with this unit. I'll see you guys in a little bit. All right, guys. This is a typical alleyway condenser, and don't ask me how I got over to the other side. That's very unprofessional. We do what we got to do. But guys, my contactor is pulled in, and I have no 240 on the line side of my disconnect. The line side is what's coming from the panel or from the breaker. But this contactor is pulled in, but I'm not getting any 240. So I got the handle out. What I'll do is I'm gonna go inside and I'm gonna see where the breaker is for the condenser or for the heat pump. I'll see you in a little bit. Peace. And looking at this breaker, guys, we're looking at this panel. Hold on, let me see if I can get you guys a better look. Without even looking at what's labeled, I'm looking for anything that's off or tripped. Off on the right side will be facing this, well, on the right side will be facing that way. On this side will be facing that way. If something was tripped on this side, the breaker will be facing the right side here. Bingo. And guys, when you reset breakers, always take the handle out on the disconnect. You don't want to start the unit from here, because at this point, I want to hear how the unit sounds when it starts. There's a lot more information you can get from the unit turning it on at the handle, or turning the unit on from putting the handle in versus just turning this on. So I got this on, and everything else seems to be on. And of course, nothing's labeled, but I know most condensers and heat pumps are at least minimum depth pull 20 to 30. And this is the only breaker in this panel that was tripped. So let's put the handle back in the disconnect. I want to put my meter around either the L1 or L2, and I want to check the amps on that unit. So let's go back outside, and I'll see you guys in a little bit. All right, guys, I'm a bigger guy, but I'm laying on top of this unit. Right now the handle is off. And this is our load side. Our load is the 2 inner lugs. And our line, which is coming from our panel, is the 2 outer lugs. Alright. So I got power. Alright, let's put the handle on the disconnect and see what happens. Maybe I shouldn't be on top of this unit while I turn it on. I want this thing to go off on high air pressure, make the hair pressure worse. And that's not good. It turned right off. So it looks like our compressor is shorted to ground. Let's go back inside and let's recap this for a second. So I'm back inside. And yep, once again it's tripped. I got my handle out. Now guys, wow, it's just killing me. But we can try. And I mean, it seems like that compressor, I looked at the wires too outside to that compressor, and no wires are burnt. I took the door off, but I didn't look at the model serial number to see the age, but this looked to be a R14 unit. But guys, I know it looks like our compressor is shorted to ground. And the one thing we can try, and this only really happened successfully, I want to say about maybe once or twice, where I had a compressor, tripped a breaker, and I replaced the cap in the hard start kit, and it actually worked. I mean, at this point, it's a simple try to just take out the cap and put in a new cap and try to unlock that compressor. But I'm gonna let the customer know I'm gonna give that a shot. But worst case, if that doesn't work, he's probably gonna need a new compressor. And I gotta get the info on this inside unit here. Model is 030, which was a 2.5. Serial number is a 0719. And if I had to put money on this, this looks like a 19 instead of a 07. Especially the inside unit. But yeah, anytime we have a compressor issue or a refrigerant issue, you always want to, especially unless you guys been out to the property before, you always want to get the history of the system and also figure out if there's any warranty. I got to get the model serial number, and I'm gonna try to throw in the new cap and the hard start, and I'm gonna see if I can get that compressor freed up. Worst case, if we can't do it, then, well, if it doesn't work, then at this point, he's looking at minimum either a new compressor. I don't think this unit inside is bad, and it's already 410A, which is good. And let's look at the refrigerant. TXV. I'm using this phone as a light, so I'm reading this as we go along here. Right here, refrigerant 410A. So the good thing is this inside unit is newer, so it's easier to get a 410A heat pump than it would be to get an R22 heat pump, which they stopped making. So, all right, guys, let me go back outside and get some info, and I'll see you guys in a little bit. Peace. All right, guys, I had no problem showing you guys the wins and the losses. The cap that was in there was a 35.5. And like I said, guys, this worked before. I always try it, as long as we don't have any wire damage and everything's clean. If that compressor is tripping a breaker, we always give it a shot with a hard start kit and the cap. But like I said, this was a 2-second try, and it just tripped the breaker again. So and I was able to get some info on this unit. Out here is a 2.5 ton 14A condenser or 14A heat pump. And just to show you guys, hold on, let me get the light so you can see. That's our four-way valve. But yeah, guys, all the wires are good. And I know this isn't the ideal location due to clearance, but there's a lot of, like I said, alley condensers and heat pumps. But at this point, either the compressor itself or the heat pump is probably gonna have to get replaced. I'm gonna give both options to the customer, and then I'm gonna see what he wants to do. But I'm gonna lean back across here, and I gotta put the old cat back in, and yeah, we'll put together the options and we'll see what he wants to do. But yeah, this is just one of those things. Sometimes you're lucky, sometimes you don't. There we have it, no AC, compressor stripping the breaker. We'll recommend at a bare minimum a new compressor or a new heat pump, 2.5 ton. Peace out, I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.